All right, now let's just start off by examining that term MLS. Most of you know that it stands for Multiple Listing Service. A service that provides multiple listings. Now think about that. A service that provides multiple listings. You with me? It's an app for real estate. And in this app for real estate, it provides us with an inventory of houses. Now, why would we as real estate agents, as realtors, want access to an inventory of properties, an inventory of houses, an inventory of businesses for sale, an inventory of income property, an inventory of any type of property for sale or for rent? Why would we as real estate agent want this inventory? Well, it's almost a silly question because we want this inventory so that we can gather these houses and of course show them off to buyers. You got a buyer, you got to find property, you go to the multiple listing service, the MLS, and locate it. So the first thing you want to do is find out what your buyer is looking for. And based on their criteria, you're going to go to this MLS and find it. It's just like a dating app. Now, I don't know much about dating apps nowadays because I've been happily married for 30 years. But I know in dating apps, you go swipe left, swipe right, swipe up, swipe down. I don't know. You swipe. But you're looking for certain criteria in a person. You're looking for certain criteria. It's the same thing with the MLS. You input the criteria that your buyer is searching for. If they want a 4-bedroom house, 2 bathrooms, with a pool in Santa Monica, under $2 million, you input that data into this app. 4 bedrooms minimum, 2 bathrooms minimum, $2 million or less, Santa Monica. You push enter, and the MLS does all the work for you. It's going to go ahead and produce for you all the properties that fit this criteria. And it's going to say, Mr. Realtor, you asked for it, you got it. Here they are. Might be 0, might be 1, might be 2, might be 10. And if it's several, well, then you have to go ahead and chop some of these off and select the best ones that you want to show your client. But the MLS is a beautiful way of you searching through inventory based on the criteria of your buyer, and put it in here, and it spits it right out. It says, here you go, Mr. Realtor, you asked for it, you got it, now go do what you got to do. You then get in your car, make appointments, and go out and preview these properties, make offers based on the criteria, based on what you just saw, based on if your client liked it or not. Get them an escrow, close the deal, make yourself a nice commission. Without the MLS, our lives in real estate would be very, very difficult. Now, when it comes to you representing a seller, when you're a listing agent, you want the seller to be comfortable and confident in your abilities of letting the whole world know that their house that you're about to sell, that you're about to list, is going to be advertised throughout the world. The whole world knows that it is available to purchase because they found it where? On the MLS. Now, let's get something straight. The MLS typically, of course, is used for advertising purposes. You got a seller who is represented by a listing agent. You want the whole world to know about it, so you're going to put it on the MLS right here. Buyers on this side, buyers come with their agent. They search the MLS for certain properties that fit their criteria, make offers on these properties to those sellers. Make sense? So this is a valuable resource. Got it? But it is typically used for advertising purposes for the seller. He wants the whole world to know, hey, come check out my house. Check out these photos that I have here on the MLS of my property. Check out these videos I have of my property. The seller's job, the seller's agent's job, the listing agent's job is to make it appealing right here. Make it very, very appealing. Not just via verbiage, but the photos, you might want them to be professionally done. How about a videographer who goes inside and takes some great videos of the house before you put it on the MLS? So that when you do place it on the MLS, it's complete. A buyer's agent reviews it, or a buyer themselves finds it on the MLS, review it, and they say, wow, I gotta go see this one. I gotta go see this one right here. Now, the MLS also provides us agents with all the information on these properties that are for sale. It'll give us what's called agent remarks. And on these agent remarks on the MLS here, it'll verbally state House is, a cute house on a main highway, close to freeways, close to shopping, whatever verbiage they want to use to promote the property. In addition, it'll provide us agents with some disclosures, such as there was a death in the house a month ago, there was a death in the house a year ago, a garage in the back that's been converted into living quarters is not permitted. So this is also very, very valuable to us realtors. When we read it, we have this information that we can, of course, relay to our buyers. So you have the whole story, not just a piece of it. By the listing agent promoting it here and providing some disclosing of information here, we can, of course, relay this to our buyer and say, buyer, this house fits your criteria. However, FYI, they did mention to me here that the house did have a death a year ago. Are you okay with that? Do you want to proceed and make an offer on this? So the MLS provides us not just advertising purposes, but it also provides us with disclosures verbally, right here, written. All right? It's a great tool. It's a great, great tool. So that when a buyer makes an offer, the agent from the buyer knows how much they'll be earning. It's written right there on the MLS. I tell you, the MLS is a great resource, not just for the buyer, but for the agent themselves. So they know exactly what they're getting into. The MLS also provides us with properties, not that are just active on the market, properties that are active, meaning properties that are for sale. It also provides us great information on properties that are in escrow, meaning pending. They're already in escrow, will not take any more offers because it's off the market, unless it's backup offers, but that's a whole different story. So you'll have actives, houses for sale, houses that are pending, which means they're already in escrow, and houses that have sold. The MLS, we can also locate properties that have sold in a certain area. So if you have a listing, if you have someone who says, please sell my house, a seller says, please sell my house, and you wanna place a price tag on this house, first step typically is for a listing agent to go to this MLS database and research what's sold in that area the last 6 months, the last 4 months, the last 3 months. Again, all basing on the economy. If the economy's rocking and rolling, just go back 2-3 months. Balanced market, go back 6 months. But this is great information you'll find from this database. Not just for the buyer, but for the seller to find a proper price tag for their house, and they found it right here on the MLS. Hope this helps you out. The MLS benefits the seller, advertising tool, and great research data, and benefits the buyer. Find me my house with all this inventory that's stocked up in this database. It's a great tool.